David, race 5 on the programme Wednesday night is the Korea Racing Authority Trophy. You've got a couple of runners. Let's start with your last start winner, Harmony and Blessed. I mean, at the age of 7, he was arguably as impressive as ever last time.
I thought it was probably his career best off that high rating to win that well. But he's one of these speed horses that if there's not too much pressure up front, he's always hard to beat. And if there's too much pressure, he can bomb out. A bit like his stablemate.
Yeah, quite. We'll get to him shortly. Now on a career high mark of 84. I mean, he's got to marks nearing this in the past. I mean, he's run okay. I mean, at the age of 7, 84, I guess it does get a bit tougher, doesn't it?
It does, but he's fought, he's been unsound as a young horse and he bled. So he's not bleeding at the moment and he's very sound. So there's no reason why he can't keep going at 84.
I mean, he's win last time over the 6 furlongs. I mean, we know, I mean, you might correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe a better horse over 1,000. So you're bringing him back in trick, which should certainly suit.
Yeah, well, of course, he's back in trick because there's no 1200s. But I do think he's probably, over the years, been better at 1,000 than 1,200. And, let's hope he can get his highest class win tomorrow.
He, as you say, an on-pace runner, he's got a good draw, so that's obviously a benefit too.
It is, and look, he doesn't have to lead. And coming back from 1,200 to 1,000 from that draw, I'd say follow the pace, where Nervous Witness is a one-dimensional speed horse. So he'll be probably rolling along if he jumps well out in front. And he can keep running if he doesn't get pressured as well. He's had soundness issues, but he's very sound at the moment, so he can easily win in this class.
And just for both horses, I mean, Harmony and Blessed has had limited exposure to it. What about the ground? Obviously, the weather's been quite inclement of late. It looks as if it might be a little bit softer underfoot. How will he handle it, do you think?
I prefer them both on top of the ground. Fast tracks, fast horses. Slow tracks slows them down a bit, so I'd be more confident if it stopped raining.
On Nervous Witness, of course, I mean, he's a very well documented horse. I don't know if he gives you a headache or not, but he was good 3 starts ago and winning, and it was great to see. When he did win around here, though, he was very impressive.
Oh, yeah. If he gets left alone, he can dominate the race and look outstanding. Problem is, if he gets taken on, he's a bit of a one-trick pony over races and doesn't finish. So you just got to try and work out the speed, and if you think he's going to be lobbing along in front and left alone, he could easily win.
And you've taken the hood off as well. Just tell me how you came to that conclusion.
I'd just make him faster, hopefully. I think he just started, he didn't show his normal blistering speed from the gate last start, and I just thought we'd tinker. And he did win a lot of his early races without the hood, so hopefully that helps.
Harry, Our Lucky Glory is a horse who managed to get the win last time out. That was a tidy effort, a bit more on his plate this time, but he's a horse in form.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been knocking at the door for a while, and it's good to finally get his head in front this season. Got another good draw, which is going to help him, and with a slight rise in the weights, hopefully he can get the job done again.
With your connection to the Douglas White stable, of course, you'd have a fair handle on those horses. I mean, the horse he beat last time is King Excellente, so a fairly decent yardstick. Form looks solid. Yeah,
it does. I would say he obviously got the run of the race that day, and the gaps opened and couldn't have gone smoother, so that has to be factored in. But as I say, he was waiting for a good draw, and he's got that again.
Talking of connections, your connection with equines in this race, Winning Heart you've won on, Glory Cloud you've ridden. Would you rank them as a couple of sort of decent opponents? And I guess you know them well enough, so it gives you a decent insight into the race.
Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, I was hoping to ride Winning Heart, but the split sections didn't really go my way. But he's another horse that's in good form, and he's been very consistent. Obviously, winning time before last, so he's going to be competitive. And then Glory Cloud ran another very good race last time, finishing very well down the outside. So another horse that's going to be competitive, but has not been too fortunate by draw. So yeah, there's definitely a few competitive runners in the race that I know quite well, and he's going to have to be at his best.
Yeah, and Chris, of course, he's training very much in good form. Just looking ahead, fast forwarding a little bit to the weekend. Now you've picked up the ride on Believing for George Bowie in the sprint for Highclere Thoroughbreds. That must be a ride you're looking forward to, obviously, to ride one of the international horses.
Yeah, it's great to represent the UK and George on Believing. She's a Group 1 place filly, and she's done some great things. So Yeah, she's obviously up in this Group 1 company is going to be tough for her, but see how she's travelled and hopefully have a sit on her before the weekend.
Is that the plan, I presume, during the week? Obviously, they're here now. When will you have a sit on her, Harry?
Yeah, well, I'm going to speak to George and ask what day he wants me to have a sit on her, and yeah, it'd be good just to get affiliated with her.
He hasn't been training that long, George. I think I went back through the records. I think you might have only ridden him for maybe once, maybe if that. So nice to have this connection with him, and obviously quite sporting of him to bring the horse over. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but if you're not in, you can't win, I suppose.
That's it. I mean, it's naturally competitive racing. You don't go to any Group 1s thinking that it's going to be an easy task, but yeah, she's putting in the air miles, and yeah, hopefully she's travelled well. But George is a trainer that's done extremely well in his relatively short training career and goes from strength to strength. So he's a good man to be riding for.
And I'm imagining that you probably know him from, say, Hugo Palmer's. He was assistant there, wasn't he? So, and you rode a bit for Hugo. So I guess, for all we haven't ridden for him that often, he's obviously well known to you, and vice versa.
That's right. In Newmarket, obviously, you get to know all the assistants and people working the yards. And George served a long time with Hugo, who I used to ride a lot for. So I know George fairly well from the years gone by.
Frankie, a couple of nice runners towards the end of the programme at Happy Valley for you. Let's start with race number 8, Golden Long. He's a horse dropping back in grade. What did you make of his run at Sha Tin last time? Because it was quite a good effort.
Yeah, this horse is still young, only 3 years old, and I tried to send him to Sha Tin to see. He went good, but this horse always sometimes a little bit jumps slow, so need to learn how to jump better.
Just on the run last time, I went back and had a look at the replay. Obviously, the horse that won it is James Tack, who's quite useful. And your horse was only just behind Kaholo Angel, who's won recently. So it was a pretty strong form race.
Yes, so I hope he can win tomorrow. But I don't know the track tomorrow, winning or not. I should be winning tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, of course. Your horse unproven on a wet track. I guess you don't know really until you try.
Yeah, I think he weighs once or... The track, I'm not sure tomorrow the track is really heavy or not. But anyway, he got a big weight. This is a little bit problem if winning, yeah.
I guess counteracting that big weight is that he is back into Class 4 grade. They've dropped him back to 60. So I guess taking on lesser opposition, you'd have to be quite confident, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. Let's see. If he jump good, I think he's got a good chance, yeah.
Derek's ridden him just the once before, and he got a good tune out of him. Gate number 3 will also help your cause. I mean, we're C+3 course, so that's always a big positive, isn't it?
Yeah, this season, Derek ride once, but he ride that time he jumped really fast. So I think he know how to jump this horse. If he jump better, I think it's a good chance, yeah.
Frankie, Flamingo Trillion is your runner in the final race on Wednesday night. Now, he's only had one run here at Happy Valley, and that was quite a good run. So you're happy to bring him back to the city track?
Yes, last time I put him back to 1600 in Sha Tin. Maybe the distance a little bit short because before I won him on 2000. And this time 1800 Happy Valley. As you say, he raced once in Happy Valley, finished third. So he got experience. I think he's got a chance, yeah.
The horse that won that race actually takes him on again, Noble Pursuit. You're better off at the weights with him this time. So I guess you'd be keen to have another go at him and hopefully turn that form around.
Yeah, I hope so. This time, but the jockey is a little bit overweight, so I think it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Lung possibly a pound or two over there. Just on the ground now, there's a lot of rain around at the moment. You can probably see from the shots behind you that the weather's been pretty bad in Hong Kong of late. But your horse, if there is a bit of rain and the ground's a little bit softer, he'll love this, won't he?
Yes, last season I think he raced one time. Is a little bit heavy track. I'm not too heavy. I think swinging, but. He win the race, yeah, I think so, yeah, last season, yeah.
And I know it's a competitive race there to finish on Wednesday night, but I guess you'd be fairly confident your horse could certainly turn up and run his race, given that one and only racecourse appearance so far.
Yeah, I think Happy Valley, you know, sometimes a little bit weak than Sha Tin, so that's why I put him in Happy Valley, try to get a winner for the owner, yeah.